Shadow Binders is back in stock on shopclownfish.com. That's shopclownfish.com. And now on with the show. Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And DC Comics. Boy, the hits just keep on coming. DC Comics is unveiling their new Amethyst YA graphic novel, which looks an awful lot like Steven Universe.
Well, they're banking on Amethyst being from Steven Universe.
Yeah, now it's so interesting because Amethyst is a character that's been around for a while, and they just rebooted her a year or two ago, and the artwork was actually really good. Very, very good. And this was just not that long ago.
Wow.
You know, and yeah, so we've gone from this. We've gone from this
That's beautiful.
To this.
Well, they clearly toned it. They made it younger looking for the audience they're trying to go after now. But I think they're banking on the fact that what do kids like? Oh, I like Steven Universe. Oh, there's a character named Amethyst. We got a character named Amethyst. Quick, bank that.
Yeah, trademark.
That shit.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about that. This is just another example of DC Comics chasing after the YA market with pre-existing characters. Now, I don't think there's any problem creating YA graphic novels per se, but they keep taking existing characters and chasing audiences with Starfire, for example.
Part of that thing's so shit.
Yeah. And here we go. So now this isn't, I don't think the art's nearly as bad.
Oh, no, it's not nearly as bad. But still, what you showed me from before is much, much nicer.
Yeah, right? Like, this is some gorgeous, gorgeous art. And this was just a year or two ago.
Oh, wow.
Very, very, very good art. Very cool character design. Yeah, she's been around for a while. And now we're just gonna do this. So we're gonna talk about it. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We're over 206,000 subs.
Yay!
Thank you so much for the support. Greatly appreciated. And yeah, you sent this over today. It's coming from Shannon Hale and Dean Hale.
No, I like Shannon Hale, actually.
Yeah, so I don't want to, look, I don't want to shit on these people, to be upfront, because, they do decent work, right?
Yeah, it's not saying it's going to be bad just because, and I mean, it's cute. It looks like they definitely younged it down. But the point is here comes DC again with another young adult novel they're trying to push. This time with another version of a character, at least it's an existing character this time.
Yeah.
They aged her down, and they're definitely banking on Steven Universe. I think because they're like, how can we appeal to young people? I know, we have Amethyst. Let's just make Amethyst like part of the gem worlds, like the crystal gems in Steven Universe. And, that's kids will think it's like that.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of wondering. But like I said, it's so weird because they just rebooted her last year. Now, I don't know how the book sold.
This page I really like.
But this, I'm getting She-Ra vibes from this, aren't you?
I am. Now, if She-Ra looked like that.
Yeah, right? Oh, yeah. If She-Ra looked like this, there would be no complaints from you, right?
Well, no, there's still be some complaints because they don't act like themselves.
Well, apparently we had this, too. They had a cartoon series, too. So
oh, yeah, well.
She's, like, all over the damn place.
So this is not unprecedented. That looks like they're going for Disney fairies in that one page.
Yeah.
And so it seems like they keep doing this. They keep trying to make this character stick with kids. It seems like they keep doing this.
Yeah, I have to tell you though, I personally prefer this. I think this is very, very cool.
It's beautiful.
Anyway, let's talk about this. It's coming from comicbook.com. Here's a write-up. Princess of House Amethyst in Gem World, Amaya is something of a troublemaker. She and her brother have great fun together until a magical prank goes much too far and her parents ground her to earth.
When my kids act up and shit, that's right. I send them to another country because, that'll show them.
We used to have more kids.
They haven't come back yet.
They haven't come back yet. I hope they're okay.
Yeah.
It's been a couple of years since we've heard from them.
Right?
I don't know. And since you can't fly overseas, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, they hope a whole week in the mundane world will teach her that magic is a privilege.
Oh, here we go with privilege.
And maybe washing dishes by hand will help her realize the palace servants should be respected. Well, if she's a little bitch, then you do what you got to do. 3 years later, Amy has settled into middle school. In ordinary life, she doesn't remember any other home. So when a prince of the realm brings her home and restores her magical destiny, how will she cope? Amethyst, Princess of Gemworld, introduces a new generation to a fantastical place and a fantastic princess.
Her parents sent her to Earth, and 3 years later, she doesn't remember who she is?
Something went wrong.
Come to Earth, forget who you are.
Is this like Sailor Moon?
Yeah, there you go.
Now, the art on the cover does not look like the art in the book. This looks more like it's a Maramanga-ish.
So they're really going all out with this one, trying to get a young audience.
Yeah.
Now that one looks like the cover.
Yeah, it looks like.
It's really weird. It's kind of all over the place.
Yeah. Oh, they had to make it look mundane, I guess, right?
Oh, okay.
So look, I don't think this one's going to be as bad as I Am Not Starfire, but this is their strategy. It seems like they're like one a month now. They're releasing these YA graphic novels, and they are for a different market. And look, as a company, if you're DC Comics and you're like, well, the direct market's kind of flatlining, but we see Dogman and Raina Telgemeier selling a lot of books.
This isn't going to be another Dogman or Raina Telgemeier type stuff. I mean, no matter what, they're not going to be.
No.
It's going to be very hard pressed to be those things. You're not going to compete. You're not going to be like the Diary Wimpy Kid people either.
Well, they've tried that too.
I know. They keep trying. It's like they're desperately trying. Like, we had that Batman one, and then we had the I'm Not Starfire, now we have this, and they're like trying really hard to get into the young adult.
And it seems like mainstream comics are always 2 steps behind, because they got into digital comics and then into web comics after it had already peaked. Mm-hmm. So what's going to happen is in like 5 years, we're going to see all this manga coming out. You know?
Yeah, that's too late.
Because they'll be like, it's already like everybody else has already done it better.
It seems like, who do we have that can write, what are we going to use? Okay, Amethyst, because it sounds like Steven Universe. And what kind of author do we have that does a lot of kids' books like Descendants and things like that? Kids like, oh, I know, get Shannon Hale.
Well, that's what they did with I Am Not Starfire. Tamaki, she actually written for a second. So they're going out and they're buying. Basically, they're buying the YA market, or at least they were. Now, these books do take a year or two to produce, so I think they were probably greenlit before all the layoffs, before all the cutbacks. They had one with Zatanna too that I think they canceled. It just kind of disappeared down the memory hole. But
here's the kicker: like, what the kids did like were the DC superhero girls.
Yeah.
They liked them. They liked the DC superhero girls. The toys sold like crazy. I mean, then they redid it and the toys did not sell. A lot of parents were like, why the hell did you redo it? But when it first started, like, it like kicked all kinds of ass, and it did really, really well in the book market and the toy market. And it seems like they're desperately trying to find that again. I just don't know how this is going to work as a young adult book. I mean, I do think they're just trying to bank on the whole, look how beautiful that is. Holy shit.
I know. I'm looking at
this. I'd buy that page. Or this page is. That's gorgeous.
We might have to get you
I like this. Anyway.
This very She-Ra-esque.
I love it. But I'm just like, it might work well for them because they have some good people on this one as a kid's book. But it's just it's indicative of what they're doing. They're trying desperately to go into other markets because the mainstream market isn't pulling it. Everybody's talking about, graphic novels is where it's at. But graphic novels is where it's at because it's been for years. Like you said, Raina Telgemeier, Dogman, that kind of stuff. And you have anime coming in, taking a big chunk of it. I don't know if this, is going to do what you think it's going to do. And I think they're banking on the whole, it sounds like Steven Universe thing.
Yeah, I think they're kind of going through and they're picking characters that they think that will resonate with kids, because they almost all of them have a tie-in to characters that are popular in cartoons or movies. We've got Batman. Mm-hmm. Batman's always popular. Like we said before, the Batman Lego sets never go on clearance. Mm-mm. Batman has been parked in Imaginext for how long? Like there have been Imaginext Batman toys. There's new Batcave every year. Batman always sells merchandise. We've got Teen Titans. They're banking on the Teen Titans crowd, Teen Titans Go crowd.
This is more Teen Titans Go than Teen Titans.
Yeah, it is. It's more like, what if the Teen Titans Go version of Starfire was like 40 and had, a frumpy daughter. Which she did have a daughter. She actually, and I forgot about that. She had a daughter in Kingdom Come with Robin, who was much cooler than this girl. Anyway, but we have that. Now we have Amethyst, which could, cross over into like the Steven Universe, princess themed. So,
I mean, to me, it reminds me of Disney Fairies.
Kind of the art style, or Winx Club or something.
Yeah. Like that. Winx Club, definitely. Yeah. I can see the Winx Club element. So I think they're trying to bank on these different things that have been popular that were making a resurgence and try to get the thing to sell. Now, it doesn't look bad. I mean, the art's pretty. I mean, some of the pages more so than others. I mean, but it's nowhere near as bad as the Starfire.
Starfire. I want to be.
This is like a work of art in comparison.
Yeah, I want to be clear on that one because I'm looking at this. I'm like, this actually I think kids would pick up. Starfire
I think so too. I think our daughter would have run of this one.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if it's gonna be bad for them, but we're only covering it because it's indicative of what DC keeps trying to do. They're trying to make this young YA market stuff stick. And this one, it's like, I think they're banking on the fact that Amethyst, Gems, Crystal Gems, Steven Universe.
I don't know how this is going to work out for them. Because like I said, I think with YA, you're better off with new characters and new concepts and new, but that's, these are...
Well, that takes a lot of money and effort and development and trademarks and...
Yeah, and they're individual creators, individual authors that usually come up with those characters versus... a corporation being like, we've got this portfolio of characters, let's turn them into YA graphic novels. Well, how are we going to do that? Because we're not really good at, we'll just go hire a bunch of people that already had successful YA graphic novels. I'm waiting for the Raina Telgemeier Batgirl book.
You know what? It wouldn't surprise me.
I'm not even kidding. I'm waiting for them to be like, how much would it cost to get Raina Telgemeier to draw us a Batgirl book? Yeah, okay, we'll spend it.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Because we know it's going to sell because it's Raina Telgemeier.
But actually, this one's not bad. I would have bought this for Pinky Boo when she was younger. And this one, of all the ones I've seen lately, this one I think is the best.
I would agree with that because I think the Batman, Crazy Rich Asians Batman was a terrible idea. I think that the Starfire one's just a disaster on so many levels. This one. For the market they want it. For the YA market and where they're going to probably push this, knowing like the book fairs and that kind of stuff, book orders and things. This one I think has the most potential. Yeah, and they've already done it. It looks anime-ish, manga-ish. So I think that little bit there will probably sell it more, way but more than I'm Not Starfire. Yeah. But that looks amazing, and I think that's beautifully done. I think we're gonna have to pick this up actually, because this I am getting She-Ra vibes. I knew they rebooted her, but I didn't know. I'll be honest, I didn't know the art was that good because I remember this. This is what I remember from Amethyst. Well, yeah. Back in the '80s, I remember seeing these books. But that looks beautiful. Yeah, we might have to pick this up. All right. Talk to you later. Wrap it up. Mm-hmm. All right. Bye.